Final two. Hi!
Hi!
Welcome back.
Guten Krampusnacht.
We watched Krampus.
We watched Krampus, which, truth be told, is kind of a Christmas movie.
It is, but it's a spooky Christmas movie. And both of us had not seen it yet and have heard good things.
Yes.
So we wanted to watch it.
We've heard several people, both that we know and like reviewers on the interwebs, say that they thought it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like far better than it had any right to be. So we had to watch that. And that's my review.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
No, it was fun.
It was.
Fun. I was gonna say the after watching it, one of the online reviews that we watched, they said that it was a great intro to horror.
It was a gateway horror.
Yeah,
movie.
a gateway horror movie, which it absolutely was.
It totally was.
It was like kooky scary.
Yeah, there was a lot of humor in it,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a lot of goofy stuff.
They also had a lot of comedians.
Yes, they had a lot of really good comic actors in this movie. They had Adam Scott,
Mm-hmm.
David Koechner,
Mm-hmm.
Allison Tolman. I'm looking at the TV right now. I didn't know her name, but I recognize her, I think. Yeah, good stuff, honestly. You did mention at one point during the movie that it kind of got a slow start.
Oh, absolutely. Things don't really pick up until about halfway through the film.
Yeah, like things happen before that.
Yeah.
But it's just...
A lot of build-up.
There's a lot of build-up, and then all of a sudden...
Everything happens.
Just shit. All the shit hits all the fans.
Yeah, I was gonna say, basic synopsis is... Kid gets pissed off and loses his Christmas spirit.
Because his family's shitty.
Yeah, his family's shitty, so he wishes that they all go away. So Krampus shows up naturally, like he does. And then him and his band of minions terrorize this family. And...
Period.
That's it.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Again,
another, like, pretty straightforward plot line.
Very straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
There was no beating around the bush with this movie. It was just like, so Krampus is here now, and he's gonna fuck with you all, and then eventually, drag you to hell.
Yeah. So the opening was really weird because it just kind of set up this whole consumerism for Christmas, no more holiday spirit kind of thing.
But then the movie didn't have anything to do with that, really.
No.
It was just this family and their shitty kids being shitty to each other. But it didn't have anything to do with the whole consumerism angle. But, the opening is... It's a classic Christmas song playing over... I don't remember which fucking song it was.
No.
But it was like a classic Christmas standard playing over footage in slow motion for the most part of people literally fighting each other for things in a store.
Yeah.
During Christmas time.
At like a big chain store.
Yeah. And then it doesn't touch on that again. So it was kind of a bizarre way to open it.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
As far as characters go, it was casted very well, and even a lot of great acting, even from the child actors.
Yeah, which was a very pleasant surprise because you know how child actors tend to be. But you know what? Honestly, horror movies tend to get the better child actors. Mm. I feel like, at least.
I can see where you're coming from with that.
Also, I just realized that this is the 4th movie in a row out of 4 that we've watched where children are targeted for murder.
Yeah. There's a theme here.
These movies are all about killing children.
Yeah.
Also, and that was not intentional.
Also, we lied because we didn't know, but there is a clown in this movie.
There is technically a clown of sorts in this movie.
Yeah.
But we had no idea.
Yeah.
It's not a major part of the movie either.
No.
So.
But so in the beginning of this movie, there's this family and they're kind of dysfunctional, and then their shitty extended family shows up.
Yeah, honestly, the family that we start with, they're kind of dysfunctional, but they're not like horrible.
No.
You're like, okay, they have a teenage daughter.
Yeah.
That's what happens to families when there's a teenager in that house.
And then terrible extended family shows up, and they're just kind of the outspoken kind of country bumpkin part of the family.
They're assholes.
Yeah, they're like
straight up
they're
assholes.
like gun toting camo wearing assholes. They drive a Hummer.
And they're not even just assholes because they're gun toting camo wearing Hummer drivers. They're that, and then they're also assholes.
Yeah.
Like, these people are terrible.
Yeah, and so this kid gets really upset, and he's like, I don't hate all of you. I wish you'd go away. And then this giant storm rolls in.
Yeah, like massive blizzard. Pretty much instantly coats the whole neighborhood in like 1.5 feet of snow.
Yeah, but DHL still delivered.
Yeah, yeah. Which
that was the only like brand.
You know
in
who
the movie.
paid for this movie?
Huh?
Probably DHL.
Yeah.
The amount of money that they paid was probably it was probably a decent chunk of the film's budget.
Yeah. And one of the other major characters is there's the grandmother, who's the dad's mom. The shitty extended family is the mom's sister and her husband and their kids.
They're shitty kids.
They're shitty kids. Which their one kid doesn't even have any lines. He does
No,
not say a single word through this whole film.
Not a single word.
But Grandma is cool as hell.
Yeah, and she almost exclusively speaks German, and they don't subtitle it.
No. Which was kind of confusing.
I think I know why, though. Because this movie is supposed to play to all audiences. This had a very wide demographic that they wanted to get with this movie. And a lot of people just won't watch a movie with subtitles. Really? Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. It's for the most part dumb people. They're just like, oh, if it's got subtitles, I'm not going to watch it. I don't want to read while I'm trying to watch a movie. Oh, yeah, you never heard anybody say something like that?
No.
All the time. All the time. I would recommend movies to people, and they're like, yeah, but it's got subtitles. Only movie with subtitles that those people will fucking watch is The Passion of the Christ.
And most of the time, though, they translate for Grandma. Like, someone's like, what did she say? And then they'll say it in English.
Either the dad or the son, like the kid that you don't hate. The one person in this movie that you don't hate immediately as soon as you see them. They translate, because they're the only ones that understand her.
Yeah. And, so, Krampus is coming into town. Things are getting a little hairy. And then shit starts to go down.
That's a good way to put it. Krampus comes to town. Shit gets a little hairy.
So then there's this random cutaway animation scene where Grandma...
Oh, yeah, she's explaining.
Grandma explains all about Krampus.
And that's the first and almost only time that they say the word Krampus in this movie. Yeah. Yeah. And I have more to say about that, but I'll wait until you're done with this point.
Yeah. But I actually, I enjoy an animated cutaway. And it was really well done, explained how Grandma's parents got taken away, which also, that tying into the ending, we'll talk about that when we talk about the ending, because things weren't quite lining up with her story and how the movie ended. Yeah. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But
what I wanted to say about the fact that they don't really say Krampus much in this movie, in fact, I think they say it twice, and once was in the ending. And it was Grandma that said it both times. I think that this movie learned a lot from The Exorcist 2, which, I'm sorry to tell you all, actually does exist. They made that movie. I know that a lot of you probably try to deny it. They went straight from 1 to 3. But The Exorcist 2 exists, and In The Exorcist 2, we find out that the demon that was possessing the little girl
Mm-hmm.
is Pazuzu. And they keep saying it. And guess what's not a scary name for a demon? Pazuzu. So I think they realized that Krampus is kind of a silly name.
Mm-hmm.
It loses something.
The more you say it.
Well, I think it loses something in translation because in German it probably doesn't sound like a silly word.
No, because everything that you say in German sounds scary.
Kinda, yeah. Anything that you need that much phlegm to pronounce properly sounds kind of scary. Yeah, they realized that Krampus is a ridiculous sounding word, and they didn't say it very much at all. In fact, I thought the kid was going to say it near the end, but he just said asshole instead.
Yeah.
They thought it was better to have a little kid scream asshole than to say Krampus in a movie called Krampus.
So when things are starting to get kind of hairy, there's evil minions of Krampus that are toys.
Well, first, though...
First is the toys.
No.
Oh, first is the gingerbread men.
Yeah.
There's evil little gingerbread men.
Yeah.
And I want to make a plush of one because they were cool.
Spoiler alert, we're not going to watch Ginger Dead Man. But I did say when we were watching this movie, because the evil gingerbread men reminded me, that we really need to watch that sometime.
We'll probably do a review around Christmas.
We'll do a review of Ginger Dead Man around Christmas time. We'll do it for Krampus Nacht.
Yeah.
It's December 5th.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Right.
And like I said, there's an evil clown. It's actually a Jack-in-the-Box.
Yeah. It's like a jester clown kind of
But
thing.
it's really cool because it has, like, the bottom hinge jaw that opens up.
Yeah, like, the jaw isn't, like, connected in the middle and the bottom, so it, like, opens up like this.
And it's just like, rah, I'm gonna
got,
eat
like, the
you.
gross teeth and shit.
There's also the tree topper angel that's evil, and she is like, at one point she gives the mom a wet willy.
Yeah, there were, like I said before, there are a lot of things in this movie that were, they were just straight up funny.
And the classic attack with an air nail gun.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
The gingerbread men.
Compressed air nail gun.
Find the compressed air nail gun.
Oh, my God.
And attack what's-his-face.
David Koechner.
Yep.
Yeah. Who plays the brother-in-law.
Yeah.
There's a teddy bear, too.
Oh, yeah, there's a teddy bear.
There's a teddy bear. And when these toys start coming after them, they're in the attic. And so they're, like, fighting off the Jack-in-the-Box and the angel, and the bear starts running up from behind. And so the dad whips his head around and sees it, and he's just like, bear! Probably the funniest part of the movie as far as I'm concerned.
And yeah, so they're picking off these family members one by one.
Uh-huh.
I say for the daughter goes, and then
The daughter gets taken really early.
yeah, that's like
That's
the
one of the
first
things that
thing
happens.
one of the first things with Krampus to happen.
But then for a little bit, it kind of slows back down again, which is why we think the first part of the movie was so slow. Because they do throw some things in there. Things happen. There are beats, to use screenwriting lingo, that there are events that happen to keep things moving, but there aren't enough of them.
Yeah. So, and then it all kind of culminates to the toys attacking, and then it kind of slows down a little bit again so they can kind of grasp the situation and formulate a plan.
Yeah, which is totally how Krampus would do it. Mm-hmm. He'd send his army of elves, which that's what the grandmother says in German that they are.
Yeah.
They're elves. Krampus throws his army of elves at you, and then just before you're overwhelmed, they pull back, and you get a little bit of time to regroup.
Yeah, which was also a really funny scene. They take a couple more people, and they're like I want to describe them kind of as like evil rag dolls almost. Like they're ratty, and they all have masks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a way to describe them.
Well, excuse me. Late. I think that the gingerbread men and the toys were also supposed to be elves.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but
Minions.
sure.
Krampus minions.
Krampus minions. That actually sounds like a German word. Krampus minions.
So they end up deciding that they need to get to the snowplow that they found earlier in the movie while they were looking for the daughter that got taken first.
They say that's their only hope.
That's their only hope. And Grandma stays behind to distract Krampus while the rest of the family goes out into the elements. And so then each family member keeps getting picked off as we make our way to this snowplow. And then the little boy who originally summoned Krampus by accident. He didn't know what was going to happen.
Right.
He's trying to get his last family member back, his cousin. And so they're like having a party around Krampus's sleigh. Like all the minions are like,
they're rocking
Woo!
out. Like they are having a good old time.
Yeah. And then the little boy's like, hey, asshole, give me my family back. And he's crying a little bit, and Krampus is like...
wipes his tear with his claw.
Yeah. And then he ends up, everyone... Oh, and then a giant hellhole opens up.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone gets thrown in...
The hellmouth.
In the hellmouth. And we're like, yes, great ending. Everyone dies. This is what I wanted.
Yeah, we were real happy about the ending, very briefly.
But it wasn't the ending.
It wasn't the
end.
Some
bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Because the little kid fucking wakes up. And we're like, are you serious?
Well, and when he was falling down the hellmouth screaming, I was like, don't even have him wake up and everything was a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that, movie. And then it immediately did that.
Yeah, so then he walks downstairs and his family's all there and it's Christmas morning.
And they're all actually being kind of nice to each other.
Yeah, and they're all being kind of nice to each other. Well, then he opens his present and it's the Krampus ball that Krampus leaves for you as a reminder. And then it zooms out the window, and they're in a snow globe in Krampus's lair filled with other houses with snow globes. And I just said, okay, now we're in Groundhog's Day? Yeah. Like, it's just going to be Christmas forever for you?
And I said, wow, that ending went from kind of badass to a complete and total disappointment to just weird.
Yeah.
Really fast.
And then it ended.
That's
was
when the credits
ending.
rolled. So, the ending was kind of disappointing / bizarre. The beginning was kind of slow. The characters were unlikable, but well written and well acted.
Mm-hmm. And the scenes where stuff did happen, it was really cool. Like, you were laughing, and at some points you were even, like...
A little bit freaked out.
You get a little bit freaked out,
because
these evil toys are really... They're scary. Like, if I dreamed about them, I'd wake up and be like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. But I made this comment, like, midway into the movie, though. This movie reminded me of Gremlins.
Yeah.
It's a horror comedy set at Christmas time. Mm-hmm. That's not super gory, but it has profanity. Mm-hmm. It has some scary elements. It's the new Gremlins. Krampus is the new Gremlins.
Yeah. I would say, and they got Adam Scott, which was awesome.
He was well cast. Mm-hmm. He did it because at first when he showed up, I'm like, that's the guy from Parks and Rec. What is he doing in Krampus? Mm-hmm. But no, he was the perfect choice for that role. Mm-hmm. He was really good.
Did a really great job. But overall, I'd definitely watch it. I would watch it for Christmas. Mm-hmm. I would definitely. When I go visit my family, I want to make them watch it because it's fun.
The new canon of Christmas movies that you have to watch is now like Die Hard, Gremlins, Krampus,
and The Wizard of Oz.
That's not a Christmas movie.
We always watch Wizard of Oz for Christmas.
Let's just... Your family's weird. I don't know what you Catholics did on Christmas, but you eat fish and you watch The Wizard of Oz. We ate ham and watched It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no, I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life. I've never seen that movie. I've seen clips because they put it in all the other Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Home Alone. Might as well throw Home Alone in there.
Yeah.
As part of the Christmas canon.
Yeah, sure.
And Ginger Dead Man. But mostly Die Hard.
I've never seen Die Hard.
I know. That's why we can never truly understand each other. Because you've never seen Die Hard.
Christmas.
We'll watch it for Christmas.
I think there's like 10 more Fridays till Christmas or some shit like that.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, it's going to be Christmas before we know it, so... Yeah.
Well, we've basically completed this review in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We're getting better.
To better serve you. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us again.